Hey there, CrossFit Eastern Ridge, Western Ridge family. Um, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit just about, I guess, everyone knows what's going on right now with COVID-19, but um, to get a feel for, so you guys know what we as a gym are doing um, and what we want to do in the coming weeks and months. So, first off, even before I get rolling, I just kind of wanted to say thanks to you guys. So far, you guys have been absolutely awesome, like really embracing being positive and supportive online, just being exceptional individuals. Um, Man, I felt like I was aware of it right away. Like even before we kind of were shutting down the gym, a week and a half ago. Um, I was coaching on Saturday morning, and I know we all, like everyone who was there, myself included, we kind of like walked in and we had I'll just say like a nervous energy of like what's going on right now, what's going to happen with the gym, um, just a lot of unknowns. And then an hour and a half later, when I was leaving, um, I just felt better. Like the conversations we got to have, seeing people that I care about, and I got the feeling like everyone who was there kind of had the same thing of like, yeah, we don't know what's going on and how significant it is, but having our connection that we did helped a whole bunch. And the same thing happened again this last Saturday, doing a flash wad just at a park, seeing a couple people from the gym, getting out some energy, like letting our effort release some endorphins, and then having good conversation with people who are, like-minded and care about the same things that we care about. I walked away like super thankful that we have the community that we have. So, I think a ton of gyms, a lot of CrossFit gyms walk around talking about how awesome their community is. We've got tangible proof right now of like how important it is. And I think for those of us who, even after a week, are going stir crazy at home and like getting, gone through a couple cycles of getting frustrated at our kids or what do I do about work, concerns about finances, all that stuff. I've already seen how important it is to make the connection with you guys. So as a gym, that's what we're doing right now is, as of today, the safer at home order from the governor's office, we can no longer be open. Also the verbiage in there is, the flash wads that we were able to get away with on Saturday. We're not going to be offering those either. So someone who is really about like, trying to, treat that governor's order as like I'll say a legal document and, finding the gray area. Yep. Us meeting on our own in public, maybe in the gray area of, are we allowed to do this? Are we not going to do this? I'm going to encourage us to follow the intent of the governor's order, and that we as a gym are not going to offer even public classes, simply to make sure we're doing everything we can. So just kind of like, where's the gym at right now? Bottom line, we're not going anywhere. Back in 2013, we started the gym and we had, I don't know, 6 members, and we grew from there. We're not going anywhere. Like we started small, and if we go back to small at some point, that's just the way it is. When we first started our gyms, we were in garages. I mean, that's why I'm out here right now is, I've got my squat rack, I've got my pull-up bar. This was actually the beginning of CrossFit Manitowoc. When we started, we were in our garage doing workouts, and where we are today came from exactly where we are right now. So I want you guys to understand that our gym is not a location. It's what we do, it's our community, and it's how we do it that makes us exceptional. So I encourage you not to get down that like, oh, this is, man, the end of the line, I can't do this. Sure you can. You can totally do this. Now, I feel like I may be a little better prepared for this because before I was running a CrossFit gym, I was on a submarine for a while, and I'll tell you what, this self-quarantine, that's kind of what it is to be on a submarine is, you don't get to see anyone, and you're stuck in one small place for, months at a time. And I was actually thinking that 17 years ago today, so not only was the unfolding of SARS happening, but that was also the Iraqi freedom was happening too. So I was on a submarine in the Red Sea, So even, same time that something like this was happening previously, I was already in quarantine for different reasons. Um, and if I were to share anything of what I learned from that time is like, when I was in the military, it was a very lonely time. We would go 1 to 2 weeks between email drops. So, this is before any social media. Uh, there was not connection. It was very lonely. But, when I look back, I was like, that was just for a time. It was a short amount of time. And it was necessary for, our country and our military to do what it was doing at the time. Um, on the other side of it, you'll realize perspective wise, yeah, it wasn't ideal, but don't worry, we're going to get through this fine. Um, so the same is true of our gym. We're going to do fine. Um, you're still our athletes, and we're going to weather through the challenges just like we always do. Um, I've had a couple questions that I want to address regarding memberships. So, uh, bottom line, most of our expenses don't change a lick um, based on not having our doors open. We have a few less expenses because, we're not coaching as many classes, but it's not like rent stops. It's not like our equipment payback stops. It's not like any of our subscriptions, to like Zen Planner and Sugar Watt or utilities, like all those exist. We're still like going to support our coaches. So realistically, um, I'm doing my best that I can to cut any expenses that we may have in the next like weeks and months. And, I don't even want to take a guess on how long this is going to go on. But as long as we don't have doors open, I'm not going to be taking any salary or any pay for what we're doing. And that's fine because that's never been what CrossFit Eastern Ridge has been about for me anyways. However, I do want to do my best to support the coaches that we have that do rely on us as their employer. So for memberships, what my intent to do, what I'm asking you guys to join me on is I would like to keep memberships going as they are. We are going to do everything we can to give you that much value and beyond. To be honest, like for those, all of you who we've been telling, hey, get enough sleep. You may find some of your breakthroughs happen during our shutdown period because you finally decided to get some sleep. And even though you didn't have a barbell for those weeks, you're like, wow, I'm PRing workouts because I finally did the baseline things that actually make me healthier. But we're going to support you as much as we can online, having challenges. If you need someone to reach out to, that's what we're spending most of our hours in a day doing business-wise is, hey, let's have some one-on-one or group conversations, whether it be via Zoom or FaceTime or, Facebook Messenger. We want to connect with you as best possible because we need it now more than ever. So we definitely ask you to reach out and connect back with us because it's amazing how much healthier we're all going to be by not feeling like we're stuck at home while we're stuck at home. That being said, we know that some of you are financially being affected by this, getting laid off, not having income. If you have financial need, I want you to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be shared, and we're not going to stop your membership because finances are an issue. I'm going to work with you. We're going to work with you to find out what is reasonable. On the flip side, some of you are not significantly affected financially so far and may want to contribute to a kind of like a scholarship for those who are trying to make ends meet in a tough time with no income or waiting for unemployment to kick in. I'd encourage you guys to connect with me too, and we'll find a way for you to pitch in and help those who are going through some financial need. So that's really going to be our membership status. We're not going to do holds during this time because if no one's going on travel, we know that much. And a hold is just suggesting that you're not part of the gym. We'll tell you what, we're going to keep you as part of the gym. Now, if you're like, no, seriously, I'm done with CrossFit Eastern Ridge, don't worry, we'll cancel your membership for you. But obviously, I don't think that's going to be the best thing for any of us is to, lose one more outlet where we can see friends and be spending our efforts in like-minded activities, getting some fitness, getting a little mental break for each day. Any questions, just reach out to me, let me know. That being said, a couple of requests and recommendations. So the the governor's office came out. I shared the document that he had from this morning talking about what does safer at home mean. Actually, I'm going to pull it up right here. So the order says all public and private gatherings of any number of people that are not part of a single household or living unit are prohibited, except for the limited exceptions contained in the order. And further on, people are allowed to leave their homes for the following reasons, to include engaging in outdoor activities as long as they maintain social distancing. That's your 6 feet that we've been observing. And you may engage in outdoor activities that meet social distancing requirements. You may travel to public and state parks for walks, hikes, and bike rides. But it says no team or contact sports are permitted and playgrounds are closed. So I just want to encourage you to observe those and also do our community a service. I mean, like the greater community, as in like, please observe those. We may be taking it lightly right now because our Department of Health for Sheboygan County says we only have 6 confirmed COVID-19 cases as of today. Now, I think we're all pretty confident that those are just those people who got tested in Sheboygan County. And there's so few kits that actually most of us there's plenty of people who already have it or had it that didn't even meet the requirements to have a test kit done on them. So that's a conservative number. But what we've done so far, because that number hasn't been going up in the last 5 days, it's been 6 for almost a week now. What we're doing, the actions that our state is taking, is it's helping. And I hope that we as a community can, take heed to what's going on in places that don't have it so good. So, New York City right now is scared. Can't even blame, I don't trust their numbers anymore. It's in the United States, guys. So, observing this, we definitely ask that. The second part is, if you're going to meet with other people, do it outside, maintain 6 foot distance, don't share equipment, and certainly don't stage yourself in such a way that would cause other people to be like, what are they doing? And it also, I ask that, especially if you're tagging us, at CrossFit Eastern Ridge, if you're not observing those, then don't tag us, because we're going to do what we can as an organization to, support us getting done with this as soon as possible, which means us doing our part. So we ask that you guys get on board too. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much just for sticking with us so far. If you have any questions, any concerns, any financial needs, contact me. If you call or message Rachel or Tom, they're going to say, hey, talk to Marty, just so it's all going to one place. So yeah, if you have any questions and you let me know. I'm happy to respond or even do more videos in the future. So we will talk to you later, and yeah, have fun with today's WOD. It's a good one, man.